Okay, I'm gonna have to talk quietly because Max is outside the door in a work meeting. And I'm sorry I look like garbage. I haven't had a chance to shower today. And I was watching YouTube, and also the people upstairs are walking around, so you might hear some squeaking. Sorry if there's an echo also. The room's not fully set up yet, so it's very empty at the moment. But I came across this ad. So it's an ad. I'm watching it on YouTube. I'm not clicking this link because I don't want to keep getting this ad over and over again. But I came across this ad, and I needed to say something about it. I couldn't just ignore it. Because I've come across ads like this before. They're very incel ads. And I felt like I needed to share it with you. And I haven't posted a video in a hot second. How long has it been? How long has it been? How long has it been? It has been 4 days since I've posted a video. A week since I've posted a reaction. I have just been way too exhausted this week to edit anything. So this is going to be fully unedited, so I'm sorry if it's long. I'm going to try to keep it short. Because I do want to watch the video that this trend video that I have pulled up here. I still want to watch it, but I just needed to share this with you. I could have just gone live with this, I guess, but I didn't want to get risk of copyright or anything because this is a YouTube ad. It's not an ad for YouTube. It's an ad on YouTube, but you get my point. So, hi, my name is Nico. Welcome to my channel. And so we've missed the first 12 seconds of this because I obviously didn't know what was going to happen. But it started out with him saying something about girls, and then he said, why is it girls ask for a gentleman and then chase after the jerk who keeps ignoring her? And then I paused it, contemplated my life choices, and then decided to record this video. So, back to excuses. I'm sorry I haven't posted a video. I probably won't post one until next week. I've got a really weird work schedule right now where I work 3 a.m. to 11 a.m. on Sundays and Mondays. And then on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, I work 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. So my sleep schedule has been all kinds of fucked. That said, Max and I will be watching Loki this weekend, and I will be posting our reaction to that next week. That is a promise. I will do it. If I don't do it, yell at me. But I promise you I will do it. I will find the energy somewhere. I just have not had the energy this week because it's my first time going through the schedule. So it's been, as you can probably see, I'm exhausted. Anyways, let's go to watch this video. There is not going to be an intro thingy because, like I said, I'm not editing this so that I can actually post it. Okay. Let's go on this journey together.
Why would she say, I'm not looking to hook up, and then go out with trashy guys who are obviously looking to hook up?
If you don't know, I am a trans man, so I was female. I still am female, but I was a girl for a very long time. But being someone who doesn't like guys, being someone who likes women, I can relate to this on both sides. Well, I can't relate to it, but I can understand. No, that's not the right word either. It gives me an interesting perspective because I like women. I have dated female human beings, and only female human beings. And granted, not many of them, but I also grew up female and had a lot of female friends who would date trashy guys or would have people chase them that were these nice guys, like r/nice guys on Reddit. And it's just... it's so awful. If you think like this, go to therapy, please. Because I promise you, oh my god, get some help, please. If you are a guy or a girl or anything that thinks like this, get some help. Date different people. Because not every girl is like this. Are there girls out there who date trashy guys and guys who are bad for them? Yes, Absolutely. Just like there are guys who date girls that are bad for them. Or, yeah, just like there are girls who date guys, other way around, yeah. Guys who date girls who are bad for them and treat them like garbage. There are garbage people out there on every side of the aisle. That's just how it is. But if this is your outlook on life, and this is going to go a different direction in this video because it's called makegirlschaseyou.com. Please, God, don't go visit them. Also, I'm sorry if this is a rambly mess. My ADHD has been losing its mind this week because I've been having to use Adderall to stay awake. So sorry if this is a little over the place, but this is just my raw, uncut reaction. And also, if you want to see more raw, uncut reactions, go check out my Patreon because there are raw, uncut reactions for basically every video I've ever posted on YouTube. And there's also Max Reacts, where there's raw, uncut reactions of Max watching things for the first time. So, a little shameless plug there, but I gotta plug it because it's my only source of YouTube income. So, please go check that out. Help me pay my rent. That'd be awesome. Help me buy new equipment because that's actually what it's used for because it's not enough money to help pay my rent. Which is why I have the shitty shift I mentioned earlier. Anyways, I'm going to try not to pause it after every sentence, but I'm going to need a moment to breathe after every sentence, so it might end up happening, and I do apologize. Also, like I said, I cannot rewind this because it's an ad, so sorry, but, means we don't have to go back, which is great. Also, sorry if you hate my whisper / soft talking voice, but as I said, Max is like right out there in a work meeting. If Max was just working, I would just talk normally, but Max is in a meeting and I don't want them to hear me. So these trashy guys who are obviously, and underlined, looking to hook up. This is from your perspective. From her perspective, they might not be trashy guys obviously looking to hook up. Even if they are, maybe them saying they don't want to hook up means they don't want to hook up with you. It's not rocket science, I promise.
Why would she turn down a genuinely...
Jesus. I hate nice guys. I hate them so much. And if you don't know what I mean by nice guys, go check out the subreddit r/nice guys. I would imagine you would know what nice guys are, regardless of your sex or gender or whatever. You should know what they are. These are the kinds of guys who think they're the best and think they're these genuinely good people who just can't get a girl. And they are always straight, by the way. I have yet to come across a gay nice guy, or even a bi nice guy, to be completely honest with you. And they are the kind of guys who think women owe them sex just for being nice to them. They are the kind of guys who think, oh, I held this door open for this girl, she owes me sex now. They very much blend into the realm of incel, and not always, but there's a Venn diagram where there's like heavy overlaps. So, yeah, why would you turn down a genuinely good guy? Maybe because you give her creepy vibes? Maybe because you're the kind of guy who turns around and makes a video about how to make girls chase you? I don't know what that was, if you could hear it, but there was a loud crash outside.
Good guy, just to go back to her ex who cheated on her.
Just to go back to her ex who cheated on her. This is a thing that happens. People are dumb. That's just how it is. And oftentimes, even though your ex cheated on you, that doesn't mean you don't still have feelings for them. It's not healthy to go back into those relationships most of the time, because once a cheater, it's hard to break that habit. Go look at almost any scenario of cheating. If they've cheated once, they've probably cheated twice. That's just the sad reality of it. And yeah, so that's probably why she's going back to her ex, because she still has feelings for him or her. We don't know. I assume him, because they're complaining that she goes back to trashy guys. But maybe he's sorry. Maybe he's gotten help for it. Maybe the cheater has gone to therapy and is working on his idiocy. Who knows? You don't know her situation. All you know is she's clearly not interested in you. Yet here's this video. I know we're only 23 seconds into this video, but I promise I'm going to try to keep it short. I'm going to fail, but I'm going to try.
On her. Even when she knows she'll regret it later. Even when she says she wants a good guy. Even when a good guy...
When she says she wants a good guy, she does not mean she wants a nice guy. That's not what she means. She wants someone who treats her like a human and doesn't expect her to have sex with them at the drop of a hat, or for saying she looks nice in her clothes, or for holding the door for her. She doesn't want a guy who only sees her for sex or as a sex object. She wants a guy who treats her like a person. I know, a wild concept. Or maybe she's just not interested in you. Wild concept. Maybe you are an actual good person. You're not a nice guy. Maybe you are a good person. But she's just not attracted to you or isn't interested in you. That happens. Being a good person doesn't suddenly make everyone on the planet interested in dating you. Like, why is it even called common sense? No one has it. It's not common. I mean, honestly, look at what's his name? Sorry, I'm blanking. The guy from Castaway. My brain keeps wanting to say Tom Cruise, but that is not the person that I am thinking of. I'm just gonna Google it. It'll be faster that way. Thank you. Tom Hanks. Look at Tom Hanks. He is the pinnacle nice guy. He is the person that woke America up to the fact that the coronavirus was a real threat, because he got coronavirus and suddenly we were all scared because we all like Tom Hanks. Yet you don't see everyone throwing their hands down at Tom Hanks and begging them to marry them. Even the women, even all the straight women, not all of them find Tom Hanks attractive, regardless of what age we put him at. That is a fantastic example, I think, because who comes off as a better guy than Tom Hanks? Maybe she's just not interested in you.
A guy like you is standing right in front of her.
And I know maybe the person making this video isn't a quote nice guy, but he's very much playing to that group, clearly. When a good guy like you is standing right in front of her, he's clearly playing to the incels and to the nice guys. Nice guys. Note, I'm not always going to do this when I say nice guys, but every time I say the term nice guys, it will be in parentheses, or quotation marks, I mean, in italics, very strong italics. I don't mean actual nice people. I mean the nice guy.
She still keeps choosing jerks, doesn't she? Do you want to know why? There's one specific reason why girls ignore the good guy like you and run straight to the jerk.
I'm so intrigued to find out the reason why. I'm pretty sure I've seen this ad before. I'm pretty sure I've watched it all the way through before, because I was just so baffled by its idiocy. But I think I've scrubbed it from my memory, because this feels vaguely familiar, but I also don't know what he's about to say, so.
And I'll tell you what it is right now. It's because you are trying to be liked by girls while he is doing things to turn girls on.
Let's unpack that. You are doing things to be liked by girls. He is doing things to turn girls on. I feel this is like we're taking a philosophy class right now. And I also feel like we're grasping at straws. I wish I could go back and see the rest of his phrasing before that. But we're not doing that because we A, can't, and B, shouldn't. Let's try to unpack this. Give me a minute to think about it. This is what I would usually cut out, is me thinking about it, but I don't have the energy to cut it, so. Jesus. What is this? What is this? You are doing things to be liked by girls while he is doing things to turn girls on. I'm sorry, but not every girl wants to be turned on, and not every girl is turned on by the same thing. And yet this thing is phrasing it as if every girl is like this. Now they might turn around and say, not every girl is like this. Hashtag not all girls, if we want to be cringy about it. But that's how it's portraying it right now. That every guy out there who can't get a girl is just some nice guy who keeps running into shitty women who just want to date trashy guys who all they want to do is turn them on. And no, you're the problem here. If you've yet to come across a girl who actually likes you, self-reflect a little bit. Or maybe you just haven't found the right person yet. That's possible. Like, if you've only dated people in your small rural town in Kansas, maybe try branching out a little bit. Because the likelihood of your soulmate living in the same city as you or going to the same school as you is tiny. Or even living in the same state as you, or country as you, or province, or territory, wherever you are in the world. There are billions of people on this planet. I promise you, at least one person is going to want to date you. At least one person of the sex you prefer, that is. Probably. I don't even know how to break this down because the logic is so flawed.
Did you catch that? Trust me.
Oh, I caught it.
There's a big, massive difference between a girl liking you and a girl being turned on by you. And a girl will always choose the guy who turns her on.
Will she? Did you take a survey? Did you poll every woman who dates men? Did you poll all of them and ask them, who would you choose, the guy you like or the guy who turns you on? Also, you can like a guy and not be romantically interested in him. You can be turned on by a guy or whoever, whatever sex you prefer. You can be turned on by them and not want to date them. Who could have guessed that? That's crazy.
Even if she doesn't like him at all.
Yes, sometimes women just want to fuck. Leave them alone. And sometimes the person they want to fuck isn't you. Go cry in a corner. Leave everyone else alone, okay? Get over yourself, all right? Jesus.
Even if he's a total jerk.
Sometimes women just want to be fucked by jerks. I don't know why. I'm an asexual human person. I don't understand it. I'm also a guy who does not like guys, so I don't understand that aspect of it either. But sometimes women just want this shit. Sometimes they just want to be fucked and then left alone. They don't want to be fucked and then listen to you cry about how you can't get a girl because she won't date you after you fuck her.
Think about that for a second. Haven't you ever heard a girl complaining about her dirtbag boyfriend?
Yes, I have, and it's annoying. Like, just leave the whole man behind, okay? Just ladies. I'm talking to any ladies that might be still watching this for some ungodly reason. If you have a friend who is constantly complaining about how badly her boyfriend treats her, or how annoying her boyfriend is, and it doesn't have a loving tone in it, tell her to leave the whole man behind because she deserves better. To all you men out there who have female friends who complain about their dirtbag boyfriends, and I'm not talking to the men out there who want to fuck these women who are complaining about their dirtbag boyfriends. I'm talking about the actual guys who don't care about fucking this person or dating this person per se, and just care about her well-being. Let her know she deserves better. Not necessarily you, but just better in general. She deserves a guy who doesn't treat her like garbage, and the same is true for the guys out there. You deserve someone who does not treat you like garbage. Regardless of your gender or sex or who you prefer to fuck, you deserve a person who loves and cares about you. Not the kind of people who watch this video and go, oh my god, I relate so hard. No, run away from those people. Run very fast as you physically can. Drive away if you can.
And didn't it make you want to say, why don't you just leave him and date a quality guy?
If this is what you want to say when you hear a girl complaining about her boyfriend, and this isn't like a person you have like a genuine, actual like friendship with, get some help. If your only thought is me, notice how me is in caps and underlined, whereas leave him is just in a different color. If your only thought in telling her to leave him is to better your life, outside of just not having to hear her complain anymore because you want her to date you, look inward, get some help, please, for the love of God. Or just go to Reddit, or what's the other one? What's the one that's like worse than Reddit? I don't know what it's 4chan. Go to 4chan and just be bitchy over there. Just leave people alone. Like, good God.
A guy like me instead. Well, now you know why. Because that guy is doing something that turns her on like crazy, in a way she normally can't get from any other guys. And she is so uncontrollably turned on by that.
He's going to tell us what the one thing is, isn't he? Or it's going to get to the end and make us click on the link to find out what the one thing is. That's how these usually work.
That one thing, she'd rather put up with the jerk who can give it to her than be with the nice guy who can't.
I'm sorry, but if the jerk can provide a steady income and money for rent and for her kids and stuff like that, yeah, she'll probably stay with the jerk than go find a guy who's poor and can't afford to feed her kids or feed her because eating is important. That was kind of a joke, but it's also kind of true.
Trust me, it's a myth that girls like jerks. They don't.
Every girl has a bad boy phase. Every straight girl has a phase where she dates bad boys. That's just how it is. I had a lot of female friends growing up. Almost all of them dated a guy that was just not in any way like them, for them, or nice. One of those things. They don't like dating jerks, but they end up doing it at some point.
They just love what jerks are doing to them.
I'm sorry, I didn't like that sentence. I didn't like that. That was gross. Sorry, let's move on.
So now you're probably wondering, what's the one thing they're doing? What's the one thing that actually turns a girl on and makes her want to chase you? Because if you only knew this one thing, you could be the best of both worlds. The
Don't you be quoting Hannah Montana. Leave her out of this, all right?
guy who turns her on and respects her.
And respects her. Where? Show me the respect. Where is it? Where is the respect? There has not been any respect in this entire video so far. Oh god, I'm enjoying this too much.
Her, which is exactly what she's always wanted. Imagine if you had the power to turn a girl on and make her chase you.
See, the whole make her chase you thing negates the whole respect her thing. You want to trick her into chasing you when you know she's not interested in you. What about that is respectful? That's called manipulation, not respect. Those are very different things.
Without being a jerk and without doing anything weird that isn't really you. Can you imagine the girl you'd use it on first? If you can think of 2 or 3 girls, even better.
How is that better?
How would you feel right now if each of those girls were desperately chasing you for a date?
You would just want to fuck all of them and then end up fucking all of them because you're a fucking idiot and a fucking incel and a fucking nice guy. It's so self-explanatory too. Like, they're not even trying to hide it. This kind of stuff only appeals to nice guys and incels. No one else watches this and is like, oh my god, this is such helpful information. No.
Would you choose one special girl and make her your loyal and loving girlfriend? Or would you date 7 new girls a week and enjoy your newfound freedom?
See? Did I tell you or did I tell you?
Are you ready for that kind of power and choice? Do you think you could handle it? If you think you're ready, then I want you to pause YouTube for a moment
and click the
go
link.
watch the special training for men only at the link.
Special training. I remember watching this video before I realized I was trans, and I was like, oh, men only. Ooh. And then I clicked on the link because I was like, fuck you.
See on your screen right now. It's a super short video packed with valuable tips that can help you out right away, including the #1 female turn-on that makes her want you over other guys. This one thing matters more than your looks, height, age, weight, social status, money, or any other superficial thing that really doesn't matter as much as you've been told.
Be funny. Just be funny. Women like funny men. Almost always. That's what I have noticed as a person who is female and lived most of my life as a girl thus far, and as a dude who I think I'm kind of funny sometimes. I'm not saying I'm, like, hilarious, but I find myself funny. Which is different than being funny. But, like, all of the girls that I know who are in healthy relationships, the guy is funny. Or at least has a sense of humor that appeals to her. Get a sense of humor. And then find a girl who has the same sense of humor. And then don't be a jerk. Problem solved. There you go. I just saved you however much money it's going to cost you to go through this. He might have said it was free, but that's probably a lie because you'll have to sit through it. I've clicked into one of these before just out of curiosity, and you can't skip through the videos. You have to watch the whole video.
Don't worry, this is not a rehash of anything you've heard before. It's not about being a good listener or using corny lines. And it's not about becoming a self-absorbed PUA or a douchey jerk.
The fuck is a PUA? What the fuck is a PUA? What is a PUA? A people using asshole? That's all I can think of. What the fuck is a PUA? Pandemic unemployed assistance. No one wants to be a pandemic unemployed assistant. What is a PUA?
Like, I feel like I'm...
No, I clicked skip. No. I just saved us. Now I have to click this, don't I? No, we can go in incognito mode. I didn't mean to click skip next. It just was habit. It was instinct. And my brain said, get us out, get us out, get us out. I guess we're going into a deep dive. Okay. If you're not interested in going into the deep dive, you're welcome to click off this video, but make sure you give it a like before you go. I appreciate you very much. Oh, God. Click to read the text presentation. See this? Do you see this? They blocked access.
There is one innocent F word that
Oh,
turns a
God.
woman on and makes
It doesn't even tell me how long this video is. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. This doesn't even tell me how long this is. Oh, God.
start to chase you. Do you know what it is? Nope, it's not that vulgar F word you might be thinking about. As men, it sounds totally innocent to us, but when you slip it into a conversation with
I do think I've watched this video before. When I told you I said I clicked on one of these links before because I was just curious and I genuinely was like, what kind of bullshit are they spewing? I don't know what the word is, but this feels familiar.
any girl you want, you're going to at least triple the chances of her chasing you. She'll be 3 times as likely to start hitting on you out of nowhere, 3 times as likely to ask for your number, and 3 times as likely to make the first move on you and even sleep with you that same.
Where are your statistics to back up this 3 times number? I know there's not any, but like, you can't just make a claim like this like you're selling some sort of magic pill without some sort of sources. Like, maybe do your research first to prove it to us. I know the people who are clicking on this out of genuine, like, I actually want to use this, don't care about statistics and facts. They just want women to fuck them, but like, you know.
So, do you know what this innocent F word is?
And you're probably not going to tell me for another 10 minutes.
Attractive women love to say this F word to get men wrapped around their finger, and they do it to you all the time. In just a moment, I'll tell you.
Of
what
course,
this
just a
innocent
moment.
F
Yeah,
word
just a
is.
moment. Yeah.
And if you've ever had a woman pull away from you or even ghost you when you thought she was interested at first, then you know how frustrating and defeating it feels to get jerked around like that.
I've ghosted guys before. I know I said I've never dated men. I've never dated men. I've been on dates with men. I've been on singular dates with men before and then ghosted them. It might be rude, sure. I only went on a date with one of them because I was afraid for my life, and was afraid that if I told him no, he would hurt me. So I went on a date and then avoided him like the plague. So it wasn't a fun date. It was a very boring date, where he just talked about himself for like the entire time. And he wasn't even interesting. Like, he wasn't even telling me interesting things about himself. It was weird. And then it was during college, so I was able to avoid him like the plague because he just stopped me. Like, it wasn't like we knew each other. We didn't go to class together. He just stopped me while I was walking between classes. I wasn't cute. If you go back to, I wasn't an attractive girl. I wasn't. I might be mildly biased against that, as I am a trans guy and don't like the way I used to look. But even if I think about it objectively, I looked like a little Mormon girl. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's what it was. He thought he could take advantage of me. Maybe that's what it was. I don't know. And dead serious, he asked me to go back to his room with him afterwards. And I said, oh my God, no, I have a test in the morning. I'm so sorry, I can't. I didn't have a test the next day. And even if I did, I don't study. But these are the things girls have to do to avoid getting murdered. Or the R word that I can't say because demonetization. Like, how frustrating and defeating. Maybe you were creepy. Maybe she just wasn't interested. Maybe she's busy. The other guy I ghosted, I don't know why I ghosted him. He was nice. I just wasn't attracted to him. Because as I've said, I'm asexual and I don't like men. I didn't know that either of those things. I pretty much knew I didn't like men. But I didn't know I was asexual at the time. But, like, we probably could have been friends. But I didn't want to because I was a loner and boring. I just wasn't an interesting person yet, so there are a lot of reasons women ghost men. There's a lot of reasons that you might feel jerked around. It's way more complicated than just them leaving you because you were too nice. So that's not how things work.
And I'm sure you'd love to know what you're doing wrong, but you can never find out what you're doing wrong because she never gets back to you. Maybe you've tried asking women more questions and taking the lead, or working on your game and trying to improve your confidence, only to go through the same old cycle of getting your hopes up and then pulling out your hair and...
Okay, the hair loss isn't because you're pulling it out in frustration. I'm gonna make a joke here. It's not you pulling it out. It's just you're just balding. I'm sorry to tell you that.
Frustration when she sends you one-word texts, loses interest, and disappears. And maybe you've noticed yourself deleting and re-downloading the same 2 or 3 dating apps every week.
Oh my god, you're desperate. Maybe leave your house. I know it's hard to say that because it's the pandemic right now, but in pre-pandemic and post-pandemic time, just leave your house. Go to a public setting, although that can be pretty intimidating to women as well, because don't just approach a woman by herself in like a public space. If she's with her friends, sure, which I know is a little bit more intimidating for you, but don't just approach a female human person who is by herself in a public location. That's terrifying. Do not do that. As a guy who has lived as a girl for a long time, to all of you guys out there, do not, and I repeat, do not, under any circumstances, approach a woman who is by herself in a public area. Do not. You're going to terrify the absolute shit out of her. Unless you know her, do not do that. Don't. Just do not do that, okay? Because it doesn't matter how nice you are, how good you look, how hot you are, it does not matter. She will be afraid of you out of sheer survival instinct, especially if she is at least 20 years old. Because at that point in your life, you either know a female person who has been sexually assaulted or the R-worded, or she herself has been, and the world is terrifying. Never, under any fucking circumstances, approach a single female person by herself in a public space. If she's with friends, sure, go for it. She has friends who can get her out of the situation if she feels uncomfortable by you. Don't be offended by that. That's just how things are. Maybe you are creepy. Ask them if you're creepy. If they try to like leave, if like, hey, am I being creepy? How can I fix that? And they might find that weird. But if you really are trying to work on your game, ask them. But never, ever, ever, and I cannot stress this enough, ever approach a woman who is by herself in a public area. Ever. It's not going to end well for you, and it's going to be terrifying for her. Just don't. Okay? Just don't do it.
Week, or eating dinner alone more often than you'd like, watching beautiful women pass you by on the street without so much as a second glance, and losing faith you'll ever meet someone.
Maybe you're just ugly. Some people are just ugly. I'm sorry, not everyone on this planet is gorgeous and beautiful and amazing. You're valid, yes, but you're not the hottest person on the planet. I don't know what to tell you. Not everyone is the society's definition of attractive. You could be the ugliest motherfucker on the planet, but I promise you there's still someone out there who will find you beautiful. This is kind of a bad example, but generally we don't see people who are like a crazy level of overweight, and I'm not talking like 20, 30 pounds overweight. I'm talking like 200-300 pounds overweight. We don't tend to, American society doesn't tend to find those kinds of people attractive. Shows like My 600-Pound Life exist, for example. Most of the time, a lot of the time, those people have significant others. Someone who actually genuinely loves and cares about them. A lot of them a lot of these people met these really heavy people when they were already really heavy and heavier than general societal norms. There are whole sectors of human people out there who just are attracted to heavy people. Strictly. That exists. That was just one example. And just because you're heavy doesn't make you ugly. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm saying that society doesn't tend to see overweight people. And again, when I say overweight people, I mean like genuinely like obese level heavy. Not just oh, you're a little curvy. Like, I mean, like 200-300 pounds heavier than you're supposed to be. Society doesn't tend to find those people attractive. So, by that definition, not every person is attractive to every single person. But also, not every person's attractiveness, like what they find attractive, doesn't always align with society. So, it doesn't matter how ugly you are. You could have no teeth. You could have your skin peeling off, and I promise you will still find someone who loves and cares about you. I promise you. There's someone out there who will find you attractive, especially if you have a personality. If you don't have a personality and you're ugly, I'm sorry, but good luck. But I don't mean for any of this to sound mean, but if you don't have a personality, you can be the most attractive person on the planet and still not be able to hold up a relationship. Like, being attractive doesn't actually get you everywhere. It helps you move up in the world, but in terms of keeping a significant other, you have to actually have a personality on top of being attractive. You know, being attractive isn't required for a relationship, but if you are attractive and have no personality, good luck staying in a long-term relationship, essentially. So, get a personality. That is my number one recommendation. If you want to get a partner, have a personality. Find someone who has a similar personality or a compatible personality. Someone who likes the same things as you. I promise you, it is not rocket science. Dating is hard for a lot of people. It is. But don't listen to these kinds of people. Don't listen to this horse shit. Like, oh my God, please God, don't do that.
Whatever the case may be, don't give up just yet. There is one specific reason you're going through this. It's got nothing to do with confidence, game, or conversation skills.
Also, I just want to say, not every guy who gets turned down by women gets turned down by women strictly because they're a nice guy or because they're ugly or have no personality. Sometimes you just get unlucky. You could be gorgeous and you could have a great personality and you just aren't finding compatible partners. So that happens. And just keep trying. The more you try, the more you date, the more you learn about how people work, the more you learn about what kinds of people you like and the kinds of people that like you, and it will make it easier to find someone to be with. Now, if you're just interested in fucking, go join Tinder. That's what it's for. Tinder is not really for finding a soulmate. Very few people use it for that. Almost everyone that I know that uses that app strictly uses it for hookups. So if you just want to fuck, use Tinder. You're welcome. I've just solved you so many problems. I'm sorry it took us 40 minutes to get to that conclusion, but whatever.
And it's the reason everything you've tried so far has failed, until now. See, in the past year, I had a major breakthrough in my dating and sex life that allowed me to flip the script on this broken, sad way of dating.
I'm so concerned.
Astonishingly attractive women fall all over themselves to impress me, turn me on, and chase me for a date like I was a famous celebrity, even though I'm 5'7", painfully shy, and completely...
Excuse you. I'm 5'7". Fuck off. I'm not painfully shy. I'm not a shy person anymore. I used to be painfully shy. Back when I was that Mormon girl I mentioned before, I was painfully shy then. If you don't believe me when I say Mormon girl, go look at my earliest videos. Good God. Literally. I'm 5'7". I'm not really that shy, and I am very average looking. I mean, I'm literally 8 months into puberty right now, so I am very much oily and greasy and gross. And I have had a partner for 2 years, so, and before that, my partner before that, we were together for 9 months. So that's a pretty long relationship, especially for one that ended, especially for one that was long distance, because I have a personality now. I have one now. I had a personality back when I was dating my ex, but not much of one. I have far more of a personality now, I think. I'm a far more developed human being now. And sometimes that's just how it is. If you are like a teenager in your early 20s, somewhere in that age range, you might have just not found yourself yet. And so you're not attractive to other people because you're not fully confident in yourself yet. Confidence is very attractive to a lot of people. Fake confidence just tends to come off as arrogance. So general confidence in yourself isn't you like walking around all like high and mighty, you know. That's not what confidence is. Confidence doesn't really have a description really. Confidence is just believing that you are a decent person and like genuinely like thinking you look good, and like not in like an arrogant I'm the best way, but I don't really know how to describe it, but there is a definition of it if you want to look it up. But like having confidence, having a personality, figuring out who you are and loving yourself. I know it's cliche, but you really do have to love yourself before you can expect someone else to love you. That is just true. That's just how it is. I don't know. It's a cliche, but it's true, unfortunately. That's just how it works most of the time. So I'm offended by this sentence. I mean, I've been offended by all of it, but I'm offended by this sentence especially.
And I've put together this special presentation to finally share it with.
They're probably not going to give us the answer in this either.
Out there and getting ghosted and ignored, and wants to finally experience.
He didn't say he didn't say it said in friend zone. He didn't say friend zone out loud. Did y'all catch that too?
When girls chase you for
Notice you can't go back on this video either.
My name is Andrew Ryan. I'm an Amazon.
Let's look this guy up. Oh. Oh, come on. This is a stereotypically attractive white man. Like, he's not like the most attractive person on the planet, but like your average female human person would not necessarily date him, but can classify him as attractive. Like he's got a full beard. He might be a little bit balding, but a lot of guys have that. He's got a nicely shaped face. He doesn't have any deformities or anything. He's stereotypically attractive, and that's coming from me, a person who does not find men attractive. So, the single guy's guide to getting your shit together. Give me the breakdown. Swipe through dating apps till your thumbs are raw. Go on a date with the best looking girl you can find. Make friendly conversation all night. Pay for everything. Text her later. Get left on red for eternity. See, just going on a date and paying for stuff and making friendly conversation doesn't entitle you to more. It doesn't entitle you to a second date. It doesn't entitle you to sex. It doesn't entitle you to anything. Women owe you nothing. Period. Feel worthless and invisible. Watch Netflix by yourself. Who doesn't watch Netflix by themselves sometimes? Don't let the existential dread sink in. Don't let it sink in. Why'd you repeat yourself? Numb your loneliness with alcohol and porn. It sounds like it's telling you to do that. Do the same things every weekend with the same people. Settle for a girlfriend you don't really love. Get married because she pressured you into it. Get divorced and lose half your assets. Waste your life, ruin your future. Or buy this book instead. Wow, there's a lot to unpack here. About this book. Don't let the casual, irreverent style of this book fool you. It contains serious and sorely needed wisdom for men in an age when masculinity has become a dirty word and more men than ever are committing. Being a man is trickier than it's ever been. I don't know if you can see this on my screen. Let me zoom in. Hold on. I don't know why it's doing it like this, and I hate it. But you could probably read it now. I can also make it bigger. There. Unedited, you guys. You're welcome. Being a man is trickier than it's ever been. Being a man is so easy. It just is. Do you know how many times I've been harassed at work by people, by customers, since I've passed as a man? None. Zero. I have not a single, since I have passed as male, which has only been a couple months, granted, but like firmly passed. No, it's probably been about 3-4 months, because that's after my voice dropped, and since at work I was always wearing a mask, I was able to pass as male, which has been lovely. But since then, I have not been harassed, especially not sexually harassed, by any customers. Any. Now, before that, do you want to know how often I was harassed by customers? Almost exclusively male customers. Sometimes sexually harassed by male customers. A lot. If not every work day, it was every other work day. This goes back to when I was 16. I'd have 40-year-old men hitting on me in the checkout lane. People who were well old enough to be my parent. That has not happened since I have been male, since I have presented as male and passed as male. And I know that's not the only thing men put up with, but I don't, like, yes, life is hard for everyone, but, and yes, society puts pressures on men just as it does women. But in terms of being afraid to walk down the street, if you are a white man in this country, and I'm not going to go into race here, but if you are a white man in this country, you are absolutely safe to walk home alone in the dark at night. You are absolutely safe to go jogging at 3 in the morning before sun comes up. Whereas if you're a woman going for a jog at 3 in the morning, you're constantly looking over your shoulder. You've got some mace with you probably. You probably don't have both earbuds in, if any. Because you probably know someone who was attacked. Because the world is scary for female humans. And masculinity has never been a dirty word. Toxic masculinity is bad. Masculinity is praised by society. Why do you think trans men don't get as much shit as trans women? Why do you think gay men get so much more shit than gay women? Because men liking men is seen as feminine and therefore bad. And women liking women is seen as more masculine. People still don't like it, but far less people dislike it. Masculinity has never been a dirty word. God, the twisted thinking in this. Okay. This book contains the support, guidance, and kick in the ass you know you've been needing for quite some time. Inside this book, you'll discover dozens of powerful psychological tactics to help you win friends, attract women, and influence people. Isn't that the name of, like, an episode? Isn't that the name of a S.H.I.E.L.D. episode? Making friends and influencing people. Yeah, where is that from? Yeah. I knew it was from somewhere. Anyways, I thought it sounded familiar. I'm getting sweaty. I don't have the fan on in here, and it gets really hot in this room. This advice is straight from the real world where it has been tested, proven, and deeply appreciated by a growing army of single guys. Okay, if it's been tested and proven, are you going to have statistics in this book? I'm going to put my money on no, personally, but, you know, you place your bets. By the growing army of single guys who have already been transformed by this man's shocking, outrageous, and highly successful instructions for enjoying your dating and sex life at levels most men can only dream about. Ooh, yay, quotes. What other guys are saying. I've broke out of my comfort zone, and honestly, I feel like I've changed in the way I interact with people and how I read people. And in turn, I've noticed that people react so much differently to me, and in a very positive way. 2 exclamation marks from Spencer in Alberta. Ignore that. I came into this as a depressed, lonely man in his late 20s who had spent less than a year of his life in relationships and only got laid out of pity. Andrew teaches you how to overcome the most difficult of life's obstacles, yourself. The result for me has been a vast improvement in not just my dating/sex life, but all of my relationships and interactions. All it took was an open mind and the will to invest in myself. Now, instead of having to go out all the time to meet beautiful women, they just exist in my life. Derek from Maryland. Boosted my confidence 1,000%. It jump-started me on the path to solidifying a strong belief system of self-confidence. I learned more about demonstrating high value in 3 days than I learned the entire time I've been studying this. I now feel very comfortable and confident. Vincent from California. Jesus. That was a fucking roller coaster. Does it have any ratings? Take me to the ratings. See all customer reviews. Very insightful and motivating book. Great book, insightful tips, easy to implement. A lot of value points he brings out. This has been the best book so far on the topic I've read. Not a step-by-stepper, but a paradigm shifter. Help change your mindset set first. There's only 23 ratings here. And it was published in 2018. Anyways, let's go back to the video.
Best-selling author, body language expert, and
An Amazon best-selling author. Okay. Did it say it was best-selling? Because it probably would have. Oh, well, let me reopen it. Fuck. Is it a best-selling one? Because they would say on here if it was. If this were truly a best-selling book on here, it would say that. Nope, it doesn't say that. Okay.
In this video, I'm going to show you a simple scientific secret that can turn a woman on and make her chase you and even obsess over you while thinking it's 100% her idea. So instead
Yay,
of
manipulation.
after a few messages or a few days, now she's texting you nonstop and asking if you're free for a date tonight or if she can come over and watch a movie in bed with you. And
Watch a
instead of
movie.
boring, logical conversations that go nowhere but the friend zone, now she's hitting on you, touching you, and making it painful.
Oh my god, the friend zone. Oh, she's making it obvious she wants to sleep with you. You know how women make it obvious they want to sleep with you? They tell you. Or they sleep with you. What?
Obvious she wants to sleep with you. In fact, when you follow my instructions to the letter, many girls will even make a move on you first. All thanks to this scientific secret I'm sharing in the next 10 minutes,
Oh my god.
which thousands of men around the world are calling the Bachelor effect, because of how fast it gets women competing for a chance to date you and sleep with you, just like on the TV show The Bachelor. Now, before
The Bachelor is a load of horse shit. Oftentimes filled with terrible people who are all just picked out because they're attractive.
we go any further, I do want to be very upfront with you. This is not a rehash of anything you've heard before, and it's not about
You've said
being
that
a
already, so
listener or
this is a rehash of what I've heard before.
using
Because you said this in the ad I just watched most of.
corny lines. You're about to discover the real psychology of sexual attraction.
I need this information as an asexual person. I don't understand the psychology of sexual attraction, so this could be really informative for me.
No one's ever told
This is going to end up being an hour-long video, and I'm so sorry. But it's all been interesting, I think, so.
before, and how to use it in normal, everyday conversation, and even notice you exist. Whenever I talked to a pretty girl, it always felt like she wanted to leave. Some girls were polite.
Maybe you're creepy. You made this book. You've made these ads. I'm a guess. You're a nice guy. What?
But clearly only saw me as a friend. Others acted bitchy as soon as I said hi, and I would have done anything to make just one of those girls.
Not every girl wants to speak to you. Some are bitchy from high. Maybe they are busy. Maybe they just don't want to talk to you. Maybe you give off a vibe that they don't like. Maybe they're going somewhere. Who are these bitchy people you're talking to? What are the scenarios in which these women are bitchy to you? Because I promise you, it's not in a dating app or on a date. It's almost, I would put money on these bitchy interactions being stopping random people on the street. Which is just weird. And not how things work anymore.
Girls see me as a guy they wanted to sleep with. Instead
See,
of a friend.
he just fucking said it. He just admitted it. He just wants to sleep with them. Was I right? Or was I right? It was predictable, I understand that, but I was still right. He just wants to sleep with them. He just wants them to see him as someone to sleep with instead of a friend they felt sorry for. Maybe don't try to fuck your friends then. There are plenty of apps out there made just for fucking.
Friend they felt sorry for, or a creep they wanted to get away from.
Then don't be a creep. Do you have any female friends? If you have any female friends, go ask them what things make guys come off as creeps to them. Only to your female friends, only the people in your life that you are friends with, not to just some random person. That is being creepy. Go ask your female friends what they find creepy when a guy hits on them. What about that is what about how they do it is creepy? Learn. Ask actual human women. Don't listen to men on how to hit on women.
But what was I supposed to do? Act like a jerk? I was raised to respect women and never make them feel.
If you respected women and never made them feel uncomfortable, they would not perceive you as a creep. I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. I know what I said earlier about the fact that they will feel uncomfortable and afraid of you if you walk up on them when they're by themselves, but that's because that's creepy. You wouldn't just walk up to some random guy you don't know and start chatting it up with him, right? You wouldn't actively seek out a man. I'm talking to you straight men out there who, hopefully, if you're watching this because you think this shit is legit, I doubt there's any of those still watching at this point because it's been an hour. But you wouldn't do that to anyone else. But because it's an attractive woman, you think it's okay to just walk up to her in a public area and talk to her. I know that sounds like that's just how it is, and that should be fine. And unless you're at like some speed dating event or something like that where it's literally a social gathering of people on purpose, like I don't know how to explain to men how that feels, because the terror that I felt when I was approached by that guy I mentioned on campus, who I did not know and had never seen before. He wasn't ugly. He was semi-attractive. He had some level of confidence, but I didn't know him. I had never seen him before in my entire life. I was genuinely terrified because I was on my way to a class. There was no one around me that I knew. And this guy just walked up to me like he knew me and started talking to me like he knew me. And it was scary. And there's not a way to explain to men at least I can't think of one, how to explain to men how terrifying that can be. People like to say not all men, because it's not. Not all men are R-words. Not all men are sexual predators. That's true. Obviously, we all know that. But the thing is, the bad ones don't walk around with a sign on their forehead saying, hey, I'm a R-word, I'm a sexual predator. People don't walk around with that stapled on their forehead. There's not a way for women to know which men are good, which men are bad, which men are safe, which men are not. And lots of times, if a strange man that you don't know approaches you out of nowhere, it's safer to avoid them because you don't know them. So the likelihood is, unless you're on Tinder or a dating app, you're not just going to go straight on a date with somebody that you just met. Because that's just not how it works. And I wish I had a way to explain to men what that's like. Because as a trans guy, I have that perspective. I have had those interactions. I have been in those positions. And it's scary. And I don't have a way to describe it to you. But just go ask anyone you know who is female. Go ask them. Would it be creepy if some guy just approached you? Not necessarily in a bar, but like, let's say some guy walked up and approached you on the street and asked you out on a date. Would you say yes? She's either going to say no or ask questions about him. More than likely. I haven't done studies on this, but that's just my guess. To you men out there who don't understand why some women are afraid of pretty much all men, go ask one. Ask them why. Or go look at the statistics on sexual assaults and murder and all that stuff. It's there. There is proof of it. And there's also plenty of women out there you can talk to about it. Hell, go ask your fucking mom. I bet you she's seen some shit. I guarantee you she's seen some shit, because if she's at least as old as my parents, she's been around for a good 40, 50 years. So, you know, like, just because you think you're a respecting woman and think you're not making them uncomfortable, you don't know. You know? Okay, I'm rambling.
Well, sadly, I didn't actually learn how to make women feel anything at all. And so, while other guys were going on dates, getting laid...
Notice that laid is in red here, because it's the most important word in the sentence.
I was staying home and burying my head in a mirror. Why did this always happen to me? What was I missing? Why was I always chasing women, and why were they always running away from me?
Maybe you're creepy. I'll say it again.
The more I got angry. Not angry at women. I could never be that guy. Angry at my...
Oh, I could never be that guy. You just spent the past 2 minutes ranting about this woman. No, I'm not angry at women. I can never be that guy. You made this presentation. You wrote that book. You made that ad I just watched.
Self. Where was my self-respect? Whatever happened to the guy I was at 25? The hopeful, adventurous guy who faced every challenge with a grin.
Life happened. Life's a bitch. It knocks you down like 80 pegs real fast, even if you were only on peg 2.
Whatever happened to my balls? Laying in bed that night, alone...
That's a very personal question. That is not a need to know. That is a TMI right there.
Like always, I knew it was time for me to make a choice. I could choose to be bitter, or I could choose to be better. Better than mindlessly swiping through...
Oh god, I just vomited in my mouth a little bit at how cringy that was. Okay.
Staring at beautiful girls I could never have. Sad way of dating, and do whatever it took to...
Oh my god, this is so long.
For a change. So, I bought some new clothes. I joined Mr. Nice Guy in the game.
Oh god. Oh god. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit that, my bad. 2003 self-help book. Nice guy syndrome. Did I tell you? Or did I tell you? No more Mr. Nice Guy. Nice guy syndrome. And what was the other one he said it was? The game? Oh god. Oh my god. Those are terrible things to choose.
In fact, I read every men's magazine and watched every YouTube video I could find.
And watched every YouTube video on the internet.
I even
Literally
tried
impossible.
The 5 love languages and asked the universe to magically manifest.
Okay, the 5 love languages is actually really cool. There's actually a love language test you can take, and Max and I have taken it multiple times, and it really helps you understand yourself. And if you have a partner, it can help you understand them, what they find as something romantic, the gestures that they prefer, like the romantic gestures they prefer, and stuff like that. And it can actually be really helpful. It's like kind of like a personality test, but not really. And it can really help you figure out the things you like in a relationship. Like, do you like physical affection? Do you prefer gifts? Do you like words of affirmation? Like things like that. And it can actually be really helpful and help you like strengthen your relationship with whoever you're with. And I hate that he's kind of dogging on it here. I mean, it's not like, ooh, you should definitely follow this 24/7. I mean, it's not 100% accurate all the time, I'm sure. It's not scientific or anything, probably. I don't know. But it is interesting and usually pretty accurate. It's changed over the years as I've taken it because I've clearly changed as a person. But it's always been accurate when I got to the end of it. So.
Manifest a girl into my life, and still nothing worked.
Also, the universe doesn't do shit for anybody. Just saying.
One night, when I was least expecting it, the answer came walking right up to me in the form of 3 smoking hot college girls in tank tops and booty shorts. "You're cute," said the blonde. "Can my friends have a turn with you too?" I grinned. Could it really be this easy? I stood there by the bar as 3 of the hottest girls I've ever seen fought for my attention, rubbed
r/that happened.
their hands all over me, and did everything in the...
I was out drinking with my friends and wearing a plain white t-shirt. And after about 6 beers, my friends thought it would be funny to get a marker and start drawing all over it. You know, typical guy stuff. Penises and boobs and I love cock. Well, soon enough, a random drunk girl came over and wrote something on my shirt too. And you know what she wrote? Her name and phone number. She was pretty drunk, so I didn't take it too seriously. But a few minutes later, I felt a tap on my shoulder. It was a different girl, a cute brunette I noticed earlier in the night. She wanted to write her name and number on me too. Then 3 gorgeous college girls came over. "You're cute," said the blonde. "Can we have a turn too?" I stood there smiling like a kid in a candy shop while these smoking hot girls put their hands all over me and eagerly wrote down their
names and numbers.
You see how he framed that? He framed it as if he was just walking down the street and 3 hot girls walked up to him and said, "Oh my god, can we have a round with you?" As in, like, sex. And then they were putting their hands all over him. Did you see how he framed that? And then when he went back and reset the story, it makes sense in context. Their hands were on him because they were writing on his fucking shirt. "Can we have a turn with you?" As in, can we take turns writing on your shirt? Jesus.
Now, you might think this was nothing but a scene. It was like a veil had been lifted from my eyes, and I could finally see the code behind the Matrix. These women didn't care that I wasn't 6 feet tall, alpha, or making them laugh.
Okay, any man who calls themselves or other men alpha males or beta males, to all you women out there, run from those men. Run from them. Unless they are using these words in a sarcastic manner, run. Because that is one of the quickest clues to toxic masculinity right there. If they see themselves or their friends as alpha males and beta males, they have a very fucked up definition of what society is. Almost always. Like, this is... all of the guys I have met that speak that way are assholes. So, and I mean literally all of them, and I've met a lot of them. Run. Bad. No, stop it.
And about social proof. How women care a lot about other women's opinions.
Everyone cares about other people's opinions. That's how life works.
I was worried this might be another dead end, but then I found an article from famous neuroscientist.
Okay, so this is an actual legit person. Cool. So this says, his work bridges social psychology and evolutionary psychology to study a range of social processes. What are the strategies that people use to navigate social hierarchies? What processes help people successfully form and maintain close relationships? How do people respond to social rejection? That's all normal psychology stuff. Okay, I'm not going to dig any further into it because I don't really care.
John Maynard, revealing that jealousy is a powerful aphrodisiac.
Okay, he has this in quotes. Let me make sure I get this right. Jealousy is a powerful aphrodisiac proven to elevate female sex hormones. Let's see if we get any results. Let's put it in quotes too, and let's actually Google it instead of binging it. He said John Maynard, right? Maynard. Nope. His name was John, right? Yeah, I can't find it anywhere. It's in quotes. And it's all spelled correctly. He has it in quotes here, as if it was in the guy's study.
Proven to elevate female sex hormones. He went on to reveal that...
So where's the F word? Where is it?
...was no fluke. It's a proven scientific fact. 97% of women are turned on by jealousy.
Sources. You've said this person, but you've not cited which study, which article.
And female. Now, I know that might sound kind of far-fetched, but guess what? You've actually
I can feel my brain melting.
all the time. You just didn't know what you were looking at. See, women love sex just as much as men do.
Finally, something we can agree on. This is true. Society likes to act like men are sex fiends, which men do have a higher libido, generally, than women. That is true. That is a fact. You can look it up. It is true. On average, the male libido is higher because testosterone is just a stronger sex hormone than estrogen. It just is. The stereotype of, oh, a woman can have sex with 6 men, not necessarily at the same time, but can have sex with 6 different men, and then she gets called a slut, but a man has sex with 6 different women, and he's like a champ, you know? And that dichotomy is why women are so sexually... It's one of the reasons why women are so sexually repressed, because women are taught that their parts are like their virginity is like a Band-Aid or a sticker or something. The more you stick it, the less it's sticky, and you become waste and gross and bad. Whereas men are taught that the more people they fuck, the better. And that's created this dichotomy of, oh, men love sex so much more than women. And while on some level that might be true, it's not like men are like way up here and women are down here. It's really more like really close to each other. Like, sex is a natural drive that the majority of people have, regardless of their sex or gender. So But I do agree. So finally, we agree on something. We found one thing in this hour-long recording.
But they also need to avoid good mate, and she could just copy the same mate choice. Neuroscientists call this mate choice copying, but I like to call it the Bachelor effect because it
Female of an animal species. Animals tend to. Here we go. Mate choice copying has been found in a wide variety of different species, including but not limited to, and humans. It does have humans in here, along with the Norway rat. Most studies have focused on females, but male mate copying has also been found in some species, including humans. He left that part out, didn't he?
crazy.
I'm so bored.
Every single time. Well, once I realized that, I started watching every episode of that show and taking
Oh,
notes.
God. You took your notes from The Bachelor? A reality show that is 1,000% scripted. Oh, my God.
I wanted to see if I could wide, and she would start desperately trying to sleep with the guy. Every single
It's called a script. It's called a script.
time. I took keep her chasing me, from hello all the way to the bedroom. I felt kind of corny at first, but
Notice, again, he has stated that his end goal is sex.
what did I have to lose?
Not a relationship, not a long-lasting, healthy relationship. Sex.
If this psychology could drive millions of women crazy, inching closer and closer so she could...
Notice how long he drags his shit out.
From that point on, it was like I could do nothing wrong.
This is what we do when we write papers. You gotta up that word count. You gotta up it real good. And that's what he's doing. Up in that wrong time. God, I wish I could skip through this. That'd be so nice. Instead, I'm being tortured. I know I've made this decision. Ugh, I don't need to know all this information. Just tell me the words that I'm here to hear. The F word and the 7 words or whatever. Yeah, you got laid. Oh, I hate the word panties. Oh my god, that's way too much information. Jesus Christ, I'm glad I fucking muted it. Good lord, I'd be demonetized in an instant. Ugh, I don't need to see that. Let's not look at that. Ugh. Okay, it's done now, of course. Hope you're enjoying my suffering. This is gonna take like 30 years to upload to YouTube because my upload speed's low as shit. And I'm not editing this because I don't want to have to watch this again. See? And that's considered an accomplishment. Now, if a woman said that she slept with 42 men over a few months, did you just have the thought that that'd be gross and wrong? Because I did. Because that's how society's trained us to be. So, how has your all's day been? Let me know down in the comments below. If you've made it this far, I am sorry for your suffering. But at least you can skip through my video. I can't skip through this, so... Hell, at this rate, it would have been faster to have ordered the book on Amazon and just read it myself. Oh, Jesus.
Turns girls off so quickly, and why it's so important you never ask her this, especially in the first few days of talking to her. Next, you'll get the magic F word that makes a girl 3 times more likely to chase.
Are we going to get that in this video, or do I have to pay for the book?
Girl you're interested in games, so you'll be able to read her eyes.
I have a feeling we're not going to get this information in this video and that I've just wasted my time.
Stand with her.
He said 10 minutes. It's been much longer than that. Will the video ever end? That's a question right there. He wants you to control women. Did you see that? I might have to cut this. It's going to take too long to upload. I'm sorry. $200?
That $197 or more would be totally fair to finally be chased and desired by the women you've always wanted. Hell, I bet you'd call it cheap to never have to feel rejected or ignored again for the rest of your life.
$200.
$197 is a lot of effort to be with you. Well, when you look at it that way, it seems pretty cheap, doesn't it?
No,
Listen,
it's still
after spending
$200.
34 years of my life to me. See, I've made it my mission in life to serve my fellow men.
Oh my
And I want-
god. This pretentious motherfucker. Can someone kill me? This was an error. This was a mistake to make this video.
choice should be yours. And if I have to take a hit to my wallet to help you get there, well, that's a price I'm extremely happy to pay.
You're so
here's what I'm
generous.
going to do.
You're gonna make it
We've already agreed
so
that
cheap.
Girls Chase You is worth at least Why am I being so generous?
$30. You think this is worth $197? With $200, you could buy yourself a fucking girlfriend. Jesus. You could buy yourself a fuck buddy for life. Like, $197 isn't even worth the time I just spent watching this. You should have to pay me, Andrew Ryan. Was it my decision to sit here? Yes, it was. But you still made this incredibly long presentation that I couldn't skip through. Just to make me an offer I can't refuse. Well, guess what? I refuse it. Goodbye. Oh my god. You guys, I was gonna not cut this, but I'm gonna have to cut like at least 10 or 15 minutes out of that. That was way too long. Because it's been an hour 40. It's been almost 2 hours that I've spent doing this for no reason at all. I needed to share this idiocy with you, and I needed to tell you and show you how dumb some people are. Because people have bought this. People have paid for this book to fuck a new woman every night. Honey, just move to a place where prostitution is legal. Good lord. Regardless, I hope you enjoyed this mostly unedited video. If you watched the whole thing, wow, I now owe you money, apparently. Sorry for that time you'll never get back. Hopefully you watched this in the background while you worked on other things. Or you just watched it while you were bored. Either way, I appreciate you. If you're checking me out on other social media, that'd be dope as well. All of the things will be linked down below if you're interested. If not, no worries. I appreciate your time regardless of if you go follow me elsewhere. If you could leave a like, however, if you made it to the end, that would be awesome. Then I at least know you were here. And yeah, help me. I think I lost a bit of my sanity doing that. Alright, till next time, you do you. See ya.